Right. So today we'll just see input tax credit. Okay. So இதுதான் வந்து our மெயினான ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டன்டான டாபிக். Okay. Because okay, when it talks about GST, okay, the main reason we just bring in GST to avoid the cascading effect. Okay, how to avoid the cascading effect in the sense we have to carry the input tax credit. Okay, to various scenarios. There is a we have to like we have to travel that there is we have to when you're paying tax on the purchases that can be adjusted on your tax when you're paying, that is when you're making on sales. Okay, that means what? So only the value addition, what are the value addition you have been making, that okay, you have to pay tax on such value addition only, that you are collecting from the customer and you're paying to the customer. Okay, so that input tax is nothing but when you are been paid all, that is when you're paid already on the purchase or through reverse charge mechanism, such input tax credit can be adjusted with your this particular scenarios. Okay, that is with your output tax. Okay, that we just going to see in this particular topic. Okay, right. So when it talks about this topic, okay, we're going to understand one by one. Okay, we're just going to understand about one by one. So that we're just going to list out. Okay, so first, input tax credit. Okay, the topic which is talking about input tax credit. Okay, clear இருக்குல்லப்பா, view clear இருக்குல்ல, visibility clear இருக்குல்ல, message
Yes,
டக்குன்னு
sir.
போடுங்கப்பா. Okay, right, super good. So input tax credit. Okay, what is input tax credit pathina? First number one pathina. Okay, input tax credit is nothing but what are the tax you paid earlier. Okay, that you're going to adjust now. That you're going to adjust now with your output tax. Okay, output tax. Okay, so here when it talks about input tax, okay, so input tax credit, I'm using the word input tax credit. Okay, so input tax credit வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா on three scenarios. ஒன்னு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா on input, next வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா on input services. Okay, next வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா capital goods. Okay, so all this three வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா வச்சுங்களேன். Okay, that means what? It should be used or intend to use. That means intend to be used. Okay, by the supplier in the furtherance of the business, in the furtherance or in the course of business. So I have to use or intend to use. Okay, I have to use or intend to use. Okay, so if it talks about used, okay, straight away there is raw material I purchased, I'm using in the finished goods. Okay, that is what directly used in that material. Okay, intend to use in the sense, for example, housekeeping services. Okay, it is not used for the raw materials, that is not for the finished goods, but it has been indirectly used for that FG. Okay, for example, if there is no cleaning, okay, no cleaning, the there is no proper hospitality, there is no proper, which has been such scenarios. Okay, so it will affect the business also. Okay, it will affect the business, so it is also intent to use. Okay, it is also intent to use. Okay, so that means what? So either you can use or intend to use by the supplier in the furtherance to the, in the furtherance or in the course of business. Okay, in the furtherance or in the course of business. Okay, so it should be used for my business. Okay, so why this input tax credit? Okay, why this input tax credit pathina? To avoid the cascading effect, to avoid the cascading effect. Okay, what is this avoiding cascading effect in the sense? For example, I purchase a goods A. Okay, so if I'm going to sell that A same product, I'm talking about trader. Okay, he purchased for 100, now we're going to sell for 120. Okay, so tax on this 100 is 5 rupees, tax on this 120 is 6 rupees. Okay, I put 5% tax. So when I paying, that is when I selling to the customer, okay, where this tax which has been already paid to the, okay, this tax is already paid to the such supplier, my supplier. Okay, now I'm selling this value to the customer. Now I'm selling this value to the customer. When I selling this to this customer, okay, I'm going to incur what? Tax of rupees 6. Okay, so where 5 rupees tax which has been already paid, now we're just going to adjust with this 6 rupees. Okay, total output tax payable how much for the now? Okay, total output tax payable rupees 6, total input tax credit available rupees 5. So balance tax credit shall be paid accordingly. Okay, so 1 lakh shall be paid accordingly. Suppose if it is under lakh, under lakhs, like that, under lakh. Okay, so you have to pay accordingly, right? So this is the scenarios which has been what we are not paying tax on tax. Okay, because this will not consider as a cost. This will not be considered as my cost. Okay, you cannot include it with your cost. Okay, it is a input. Okay, then it is called as what, asset. Okay, in your accounting point of view, it is your asset. Okay, this 6 rupees is your liability. This 6 rupees is your liability. So you are offsetting with the liability, and you have to pay remaining liability. You have to pay what, remaining liability. Okay, in your financial terms. Okay, so this is number one. Number two. Okay, number two, 1 second. Number two, if you check, okay, so you know that, okay, you have different types of input tax credit. One is CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST. Okay, if SGST is available, no UTGST. No, if UTGST is then SGST will not come. Okay, so in such scenarios, okay, already we are read in the subject payment of tax. We read in the subject what, payment of tax, where IGST input. Okay, IGST, I just put ITC, can be adjusted with IGST output. Okay, can be adjusted. Then after any amount is there, in the sense you can adjust CGST or SGST in different order. Okay, what are the? It's an option of the SSC, but we're just going to see there is a provision here. Okay, that time I explained you there is a provision which is going to explain later. Okay, now we're just going to see that. Okay, then there is our UTGST. You can adjust accordingly. Okay, same scenario. CGST can be adjusted with CGST, then you can adjust with IGST. Okay, SGST can be adjusted with SGST, then you can adjust with CGST. Same scenario, UTGST can be adjusted with. Okay, this is all ITC. I'm talking about ITC. Okay, this is all ITC. This is all payable. This is all output. Okay, output tax. Okay, so it can be adjusted with UTGST, then only you can adjust with IGST. Okay, number one. So this already we have been explained that IGST credit can be adjusted first. Okay, before setting off your CGST and SGST. Before setting off your CGST and SGST ITC. Okay, if any IGST inputs are there. Okay, if any IGST input tax credits are available. Okay, first you have to adjust the CGST payable, adjust with CGST payable and SGST payable. Okay, then only you can adjust. Okay, this is nothing but IGST input. Then only you can adjust what, CGST input. Okay, this is with regards to section 49. This is with regards to section 49. Okay, 1 second. Okay, this is with regards to CGST. So then only you can adjust what, CGST input with the CGST payable. Okay, CGST input can be adjusted first on the IGST input. If it is available, then you have to adjust first IGST input. Then only you can adjust CGST input. Okay, same scenario it is also applicable for SGST also. Okay, SGST also first you have to adjust IGST input if it is anything existing. Then only you can adjust what, SGST input. Okay, I just put O for output, I for input. Okay, so here also I'm just put O for output. First you have been adjusting IGST input, then only you have to adjust what, CGST input. Okay, this is number one. Number two. Okay, if there is no IGST, okay, still IGST is payable now. First you have CGST and SGST. Okay, you have CGST and SGST now. Okay, you have CGST input and SGST input. CGST input can be adjusted with there is first you have to adjust with CGST. First you have to adjust with SGST. Then only you can adjust with IGST. Then on output payable, output, and output. This input, input. Okay, CGST input can be adjusted first with out CGST output, then only it can be adjusted with IGST output. Same thing scenario, SGST input can be SGST also convert into UTGST also. Okay, SGST input can be adjusted with SGST and can be adjusted with IGST. Okay, this are all earlier classes we have been explained. Okay, but for revision we just need to do that. Okay, because we're just going to see that. Okay, next one, Madina. But if we have CGST input, okay, that is after setting of CGST output, if we have CGST input, okay, still CGST input is there and still SGST input is there. First you have to adjust CGST with IGST, then only you can adjust SGST with IGST. Okay, this is the order. We have already seen this particular scenarios when you are talking about the payment of tax. Okay, in page number 389, provided that IDC of the account, state tax shall be utilized toward the payment of integrated tax only, okay, where the balance of the input tax credit on the account of central tax is not available for payment of integrated tax. Okay, so this is section, page number if you seen, okay, page number 389. Okay, so in 389, okay, in such page if you seen there, okay, in such page if you seen there, okay, you can find this particular scenarios. Okay, one second. So if you see in here, provided that input tax on account of state tax shall be utilized, okay, one second, sorry, utilized towards the payment of integrated tax only where there is a balance of input tax on account of central tax is not available. Same scenarios, okay, for union territory tax also, if central tax is not available, then only you can adjust it with this particular tax. Okay, so that is the thing we have been explaining here. Okay, when CGST is adjusted, then only you can go for SGST. Okay, so this is all about a basic introduction about the adjustment of tax and other scenarios and all. Okay, this we already seen earlier. Now we just going by one. Okay, so now we're just talking about input. Okay, already we are seeing that input we have seen. Okay, we have seen what input services. Input services nothing but on services you are paid on any tax. Okay, with relation to my business, then that is called as what input tax. Capital goods is nothing but the goods which is other than there is a which have been capitalized in your books of account. Capitalized in your books of account. Okay, all three scenarios. Okay, input which has been used with regards to the, okay, with there is all these three scenarios. There is with regards to my either my, okay, sorry, all these three which is subject to what intent to use, okay, or used with regards to my finished with regards to my, okay, my furtherance to my business or in the course to the business. Okay, so it has been used in my business. Okay, so here it is not talking about one-to-one matching concept at all. It should be used for your business. Okay, in such way you have to adjust accordingly. Okay, so these three things. First thing is input means what? It is other than capital goods. Okay, it is not a capital goods. Okay, input services okay, so any services, okay, any services, okay, and capital goods anything which has been capitalized in the books of accounts. Okay, even intangible assets also will be considered as capital goods. Okay, if it has been recorded in the books of accounts where it has been intended to use or used, okay, in the course of business or furtherance to my business. Okay, so this is the definition which has been used to ask. Okay, right. Next, already we have discussed about the reverse charge mechanism. Okay, when any tax is liable under reverse charge mechanism, any person is liable under reverse charge mechanism, he has to pay only by way of electronic cash ledger. Only you have to pay by way of electronic cash ledger. What are the tax which has been paid under RCM is eligible to take what? ITC is eligible to take what? ITC. But it is, this ITC cannot adjust for the RCM payable. Okay, this ITC can be adjusted only output tax payable. Okay, output tax payable on outward supply. Okay, outward supply. Okay, because this RCM is on inward supply. Okay, this shall not include with the turnover also that we already discussed. Okay, so here this ITC if you seen here, okay, you already pay only by way of electronic cash ledger. Okay, okay, so that you that is for tax on RCM. Okay, you can avail as an ITC adjust with the other output tax payable. Okay, in the subsequent month. Okay, subsequent month, that is more relevant. Okay, you cannot pay it this month and you cannot adjust in the same month. You can adjust only in subsequent month. Okay, right? So now we are talking about RCM, reverse charge. So for example, okay, output tax is 10 lakhs. RCM tax payable, I'm talking about RCM tax payable 2 lakhs. Okay, totally output total tax payable over 12 lakhs. Okay, you have ITC of 14 lakhs. You have ITC of how much? 14 lakhs. You cannot adjust this 14, that is 12 lakhs. You can adjust only this 10 lakhs. Okay, you can adjust only 10 lakhs. So input can be adjusted only this 10 lakhs. Okay, so remaining 4 lakhs can be carry forward. Remaining 4 lakhs shall be carry forward. Okay, so this tax cannot be adjusted, not applicable. I'm using the word not applicable. Okay, so your output tax payable by way of cash வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 0. இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா you have to pay. Okay, so you have to pay by way of how much? Okay, 2 lakhs. Okay, this amount, okay, this 2 lakhs shall pay out of by electronic cash ledger. Electronic cash ledger, I show electronic cash ledger. Okay, so this RCM can be paid only by way of electronic cash ledger, even if ITC is available. Okay, next month, if you see in that, this 2 lakhs is eligible with ITC. For example, already you have how much ITC? 4 lakhs. Now you're eligible to take ITC of under RCM how much? 2 lakhs. Totally how much? 6 lakhs. Okay, in the subsequent month. Okay, subsequent month. Okay, so this is your ITC. Okay, so this ITC can be adjusted with your output tax. Okay, this ITC can be adjusted with your output tax. Assume that subsequent month again you have 10, again you have 12 lakhs output tax. Okay, and RCM is again 3 lakhs. I put RCM of 3 lakhs. Okay, now how much input is there? 6 lakhs. Okay, during the period you got an input of 3 lakhs. Okay, additional input of 4 lakhs. I've just put an additional input of 4 lakhs now. Okay, 6 plus 4 how much? 10 lakhs can be adjusted. Here you cannot adjust, it is not applicable. So by way of cash ledger, you're just going to pay how much? 2 lakhs here, 3 lakhs here. So this is you're going to pay by way of electronic cash ledger. Clear? So that means what? This can be availed as a ITC, input tax credit, for adjusting to pay tax on the output tax payable. Output tax payable. Clear? This is the scenarios. Okay, this is the reverse charge mechanism. So why I'm just explaining the scenarios in this sense. Now we're just going to see what is input tax. Okay, we are talking about input pathom. Now we just going to see what input tax. Okay, input tax na, what is the meaning of input tax means? Okay, so any tax which has been paid on the purchase of goods. Okay, so you're on any purchase like input, okay, by way of input or input services, or purchasing by way of capital goods. Okay, you have paid already such tax and you are going to adjust this one. Okay, this is number one. Number two, okay, your paid tax, okay, under RCM, either section 9.3 and 9.4, okay, section 9.3 and 9.4, okay, or okay, 5, there is, sorry, 5.4 and, sorry, 5.3 and 5.4. Okay, this is subject to IGST Act, this is subject to CGST Act. Okay, this is subject to what? CGST Act. Okay, so here this tax payable, okay, or any tax payable under RCM. Okay, CGST, there is STST and UTGST also subject to this provision. Okay, because 9.3 in CGST Act, so it is automatically applied for SGST Act also. So that means what? So any input tax, okay, any input tax, okay, any tax on input or tax on input services or tax on capital goods which I already paid, plus okay, tax paid under RCM. Okay, all this scenario you can take as a input tax. Okay, this can be adjusted only for the adjustment of output tax. Okay, it cannot adjust for the okay tax payable. Okay, it cannot adjust under the tax payable under RCM, reverse charge mechanism. Clear? Right. So fine, we understand this scenarios. Okay, already you know electronic cash ledger. Okay, through electronic cash ledger you can pay. So first will electronic cash ledger you can pay what? Tax. You can pay what? Output. So you can pay what? Penalty. You can pay what? Interest, or you can pay what? Late fee. Okay, electronic credit ledger. if you see electronic credit ledger, okay, so you can adjust what? Only tax. Okay, you can adjust only what? Tax. Okay, you cannot adjust any other scenarios. Okay, so you can adjust only tax. Clear? So this is the second topic. Okay, this already we understand. Okay, so already you know what is exempt supply. This is a definition which is there in the particular sections. Okay, exemption supply. Okay, exemption supply is nothing but nil rate supply, not zero rate supply. It is called as for nil rate supply. Zero rate supply, which is nothing but that is what you called SEZ and etc. etc. Okay, export etc. Okay, so nil rate supply is nothing but okay where the tax is not taxable. Okay, next. Okay, next one, Badinam. Okay, exempt subject to notification or order subject to section 11. Okay, subject to section 6. Okay, subject to section 11 and subject to section 6. This is CGST Act. This is IGST Act. Okay, exempt notification or order in such scenario. Okay, next one, the non-taxable supply. Okay, non-taxable supply. Okay, so here, okay, it is called here non-taxable supply. For example, petroleum product, etc. Okay, like other scenarios also will becomes a non-taxable supply. Okay, right. So this is the talking about exempt supply. Already we know invoice under section 31. Okay, tax invoice we had discussed earlier. Now we are not going to discuss. Okay, subject to section 31. Next one, the debit note also subject to section 31. Sorry, 34. Okay, credit note subject to section 34. This also already been discussed. Okay, so job work, you know. Okay, job work. Okay, means in the sense principal, that is any person. Principal is giving by way of okay work to the any the job worker. Okay, job worker, he will again he will take back such asset or such input. Okay, but he's just doing some process, just doing what, some process. When you send to job worker, you will send by based on delivery channel, you will be sending based on delivery channel. You will not raise tax invoice, you will not raise what, tax invoice. No tax invoice will be raised, only delivery channel will be raised accordingly. Okay, so right. So next one, the outward supply, you know very well. Okay, every other scenarios, you know, zero rate supply, you know. Okay, export of supply, you know. Okay, zero rate supply is nothing but okay, either you can supply that is in SEZ. Okay, so zero rate supply thing, Matina. Okay, you are supplying to SEZ, their units or developer. Okay, here export of goods or services. Okay, that is called as what? Zero rate supply. All right. Next, export of goods. Okay, export of services for the. Okay, sorry, export of goods or services, both are included here also. Okay, goods or services. Export of services meaning in okay, supplier in India. Okay, supplier in India. Recipient is outside India. Okay, by receiving foreign currency, he received what, foreign currency in India. Okay, and other like it doesn't have any establishment in India, etc., etc. That all we are just going to see. Okay, right. So he's just getting through by way of foreign currency. Okay, only by way of foreign currency. This is called as what, export of services. Otherwise, it has been overriding the FEMA provision, etc. That and all we are not going in depth. Okay, so we are just closing here. Okay, so this is all about the definition which is talking about in your input tax credit, right? Fine. Now, here and after, we're just going to see under input tax credit. Okay, input tax credit. Okay, so we're just going to see these following scenarios. Okay, number one, section 16, section 17, section 18, section 19, section 20, and section 21. Okay, so we're just going to see section 16 to 21 under ITC, input tax credit. Okay, so section 16, which is talking about what, eligibility of ITC. Okay, eligibility for taking ITC. Okay, number two, section 17, which is talking about blocked credit or ineligible credit. That means what? That we'll see, explain later. Okay, ineligible credit. Okay, so which is not eligible to take as a credit. Okay, this is called as what? Block credit or ineligible credit. Okay, section 17, section 18, which is talking about Patana. Okay, 1 second. Input tax under certain okay circumstances. So input tax under certain circumstances. Okay. Next, another section 19 பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it is subject to what? Job work. Okay, ITC under job work. Next one in case that is input service distributor. Okay, ITC under input service distributor, section 20. Okay, section 21, which is talking about, one second. Okay, manner of recovery of credit. Okay, distributor in excess. Okay, in excess. This is portion illa, but okay, next section 49A. Okay, 49 and the subclause. There are two sections. Okay, which has been introduced. Okay, manner of distribution. This is already seen. So now we are not going to see. Okay, so manner of distribution. Okay, that we already seen. Okay, section 49, payment of credit, etc., etc. That also should be linked and studied this particular chapter. Okay, right. So this is all about, if you see in this is all about what? Your input tax credit. Okay, we are going to see, discuss only this topic. Okay, one by one, one by one. We're just going to understand one by one, one by one. Okay, right. First, we'll understand section 16. We will just going to understand what? Section 16. Section 16, which is talking about what? What is the topic? Okay, here. What is the topic? Section 16, okay, eligibility of input tax credit. Okay, eligibility of input tax credit. Eligibility to take what? Eligibility to take ITC. Eligibility to take what? ITC. So here, so yes, which is talking about section 16. First, number one, it is talking about what? So if you want to eligible, first you should be a registered person. You should be a what? Registered person. Only a registered person can eligible to take what? ITC. Otherwise, no person can take what? ITC. For example, I am an unregistered person. I cannot eligible to take what? ITC. Okay. So once you have been registered, then only you are eligible to take what? ITC. Number two. Okay. You can eligible to take ITC subject to section 49. Subject to section 49 in such scenarios. Okay, section 49 we already seen that. Okay, CGST can, IGST can be adjusted with IGST and CGST SGST. Okay, CGST can be adjusted with CGST and SGST. Sorry, IGST. SGST can be adjusted with SGST first, then only IGST. Okay, then other manner of distribution already we know right now we discussed. Okay, just go through those scenarios. Okay, I'm not going in depth. So it is subject to section 49. Okay, number three. Okay, number three, such input or input services or capital goods. Okay, such input or input services or capital goods. Okay, shall be used to or intended, okay, to be used in the furtherance of the business or in the course to the business. Okay, in the furtherance to the business or in the course to the business. Okay, if it is used in my business only, then you are eligible for ITC. Otherwise, you are not eligible for ITC. For example, okay, I'm purchasing a asset which used for my personal use. Okay, so this is not eligible for ITC. You have to reverse accordingly. You have to reverse accordingly. So you cannot take ITC at all. Okay, so that is more relevant. Okay, when you're talking about this ITC. Okay, this is number one. Okay, first you should be a registered person subject to section 49, and such scenarios shall be used to my business. Okay, used to my business, I intend to use my business. Okay, then only I am eligible to take what? ITC. Otherwise, I'm not eligible to take what? ITC. Earlier, we have been discussing about IGST. First, it can be adjusted with, okay, IGST. First, it can be adjusted with IGST. Then only it can be adjusted with CGST or SGST in any proportion. In any proportion we see it earlier, but this any proportion has been amended. Okay, this has been amended. What they're trying to explain in the sense, okay, it should be the any remaining IGST is there, IGST input is there now, it should be allocated equally. It should be allocated equally. Clear? So it should be allocated equally. For example, ITC vanduna 1 lakh irukku. Okay, so IGST payable for 40,000. Okay, CGST payable on the 60,000 and SGST on the 60,000. Okay, first this 1 lakh, how much you can adjust? 40,000 only. Remaining how much? For the zero. Okay, IGST can be adjusted how much? 40,000. Remaining on the zero. Okay, அதில் மிச்சம் இருக்கிறது எவ்வளவு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 60,000 இருக்கு. So here you can adjust 30,000 and here you can adjust 30,000. Remaining that payable எவ்வளவு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 30,000 and 30,000. Then you can adjust what? CGST or SGST input. Okay, CGST input can be adjusted only with CGST. So assume that if there is an input of rupees 20,000, okay, here also it has 20,000, remaining 10,000 is payable. So like that you have to adjust. It should be adjusted in proportional basis. Okay, it should be adjusted in equal proportional basis. Okay, this has been amended and this is there's some new section has been introduced. Okay, under section 17(2)(a). Okay, under section 17(2)(a), which has been inserted newly. Okay, so this is more relevant. Okay, when you're talking about there. Okay, right. Next, number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, we're just going to see conditions. Okay, and after we're just going to see what conditions. Number 1 condition. First one other. Second on the condition. When it talks about condition, okay, you should have possession of tax invoice. Okay, you should have possession of tax invoice. Okay, so unless if you have Xerox copy, you cannot avail input tax. You have some soft copy, you cannot avail input tax. If it is a system generated, you can avail as an input tax. Okay, that copy is more than enough. Okay, in case of if it is a system generated, for example, Amazon, etc., etc., they can be system generated invoices also. Airtel bill system generated invoice also. You can very much you can avail what such input tax credit. Okay, and debit note. Okay, debit note, credit, meaning of debit note, credit note already you know that. So credit note in the sense already you have billed 100. Now you are that is you have paid our tax of rupees 18. Now you are reducing from 100 to 18. So your reduction of tax how much? So you are reducing how much? 20. So on the 20 you are going to reverse. So now old value is 100. Now reverse value is there is you are reversing 20, there is reversing 20. Okay. So total output is there is not total output. Okay. Remaining value how much? 80,000 is a payable amount. Okay, from the supplier. Debit note is nothing but you are increasing from 100, you are increasing to 120. Is 100 is decreasing to 80. Okay, this is what you can. Here you can raise what credit note. Here you can raise what debit note by the supplier. Okay, by the supplier. So for debit note, you are paying what extra tax. Okay, if you're paying extra tax, the debit notes, okay, which has been raised by the supplier, the recipient is eligible to take ITC. Okay, the recipient can eligible to take what? ITC. You should have possessed such document. Okay, you should have possessed such document. Then only he is eligible to take ITC. Otherwise, he is not eligible to take what? ITC. Okay. Next, bill of entry. Okay, bill of entry in case of export. Okay, or bill of entry in case of in case of import. Okay, next one input service distributor. Next one input service distributor. If you raise anything scenarios, okay, in case of debit, that is in case of invoice or credit note. Here one ulta. So credit note. Okay, so this document you should have possessed. Okay, this document you should have possessed. Number 2. Okay, so in that you should also having some all production details. Okay, you should have all production details, descriptions. Okay, goods details, etc., etc. This and all we have seen under accounts and records. This we already seen under accounts and records. See, now I am linking one by one. Okay, so accounts and records already we have seen that for stock you have to maintain opening stock, closing stock. Okay, particulars of description, quantity, quality, quantity, numbers, etc., price, etc. You have to maintain. So same scenarios it has been relevant for the ITC also. Okay, you have to when you're taking ITC you have to see in the scenarios. Okay, number 2. First in a possession of document. Number 2 on the you should receive the goods. Okay, you should receive the goods. Okay, or services. Okay, once you receive the goods or services only you can avail input tax credit. Otherwise you cannot avail what? Input tax credit. For example, A is delivering to B. Okay, once the goods has been received. Okay, for example, A billed on 38 2019. 38 2019, but it has reached to B on 2/9 2019. That means what? He is eligible to take ITC only in 2/9. He cannot eligible to take ITC in this month. Okay, he is eligible only to take ITC only in September month. Otherwise, he is not eligible to take what? ITC. How you can verify? You can verify through GRN, goods received note, etc., etc. You can verify. Okay, you can verify through only such scenarios only. Otherwise, you cannot take what? Input tax credit. This is number 2. Okay, when you receive goods, okay, we're just going to see other points also. Okay, we're just going to see what other points also. Number one, okay, in case if you received goods, okay, for receiving goods, you paid any advances. You paid what? Any advances. Okay, already we have seen that advances for goods, okay, tax will not charged, no GST. Okay, only for services GST will be levied. Okay, on advances GST will be levied. Okay, this is with effect from 15th November, okay, 2017 onwards. Okay, so with effect from 15th November 2017 onwards. This also we have been already discussed under supply when you're talking about supply, right? So this is the another concept. So if you paid advances, you cannot eligible to take ITC also. Okay, even it is a services or even it is a goods earlier. Okay, I'm talking about prior 15th November. Okay, if I'm paying, sorry, if I'm paying service advances to for my services now, I am not eligible to take ITC. Only after, okay, such services availed, okay, such services availed or goods received, okay, subject to invoice received, then only I am eligible for ITC. Then only I am eligible for ITC. Otherwise, I'm not eligible for ITC. Clear? So this is another concept, right? Next, okay, this is with regards to the advances. Okay, next, again with regards to the goods, okay, நம்ம third scenario பார்க்கிறோம். Goods பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, okay, there is a loss on such goods. Okay, there is a loss on such goods. Okay, loss either due to process loss, okay, loss due to transit loss, loss due to process loss or loss due to transit loss. If it talks about loss due to process loss, for example, loss when you're manufacturing goods, okay, you have some small spare parts. Okay, for example, the kg is 100 kg of material. Okay, after process, your output came to 90 kg. Your process came to how much? 90 kg. Okay, the 10 kg, okay, it is a process loss. It is called as what? Process loss. Okay, so it is used either it is in such loss may be abnormal or it might be normal loss also. Okay, for example, I have a bomb usually 8.5 kgs it will loss. Okay, 1.5 kgs it has been lost due to when I inserting that particular scenarios, okay, particular metal or particular items or particular raw material. Okay, in such cases I'm getting abnormal loss of 1.5 lakhs. Okay, initial some initial loss. Okay, so it is abnormal which is not for the purpose of production. That loss, okay, can also, okay, this losses shall be ignored for the purpose of ITC. That means what? You are eligible for ITC. Okay, you are eligible for ITC. Okay, in case of process loss, you are eligible for ITC. In case of transit loss, you are taking one goods. Okay, A, there is the goods has been taken by A. There is A is a product. Okay, it has been taken from Tanjavur to, okay, Bangalore. Okay, it has been taken from Chennai to Bangalore. Okay, when you're taking from Chennai to Bangalore, okay, so if you're taking such product, it is an evaporation. Example, you're taking chemical product. Okay, chemical products, some products are evaporated. Okay, some products are evaporated. Okay, it is a normal loss. It is a normal loss. Okay, certain product, okay, transit loss, okay, due to which is an abnormal due to leakage, okay, due to theft or due to any other reason. Okay, any other reason. Okay, so in such cases, I'm writing here. Okay, in such cases, okay, if it is a transist loss, okay, transist loss, if it is subject to normal loss, if it is subject to normal loss, you can avail ITC. You can enjoy the ITC. If it is abnormal loss due to theft or etc., due to theft or leakage or some scenarios, such abnormal loss you are not eligible to ITC. That means what? You have to reverse the ITC. You have to reverse the ITC. Clear? So this is with regards to the transit loss. Okay. So this is with regards to transit loss. Okay. Right. Next. Okay. So these are the two scenarios which I just explained. Right. Next one, number 3. Okay. Number 3. Okay. In case of capital goods. Okay. In case of capital goods, if you availed depreciation on tax under section 32 under Income Tax Act. Okay, avail what? There is depreciation on tax. Tax another For example, 100 rupees is your value. You have paid 18 rupees, total 118. If you assume that 118 is your cost, okay, that means what? Your claim depreciation on this 18 also. Then no ITC. Okay. If only depreciation is not availed, okay, if not availed, okay, then you can take what? ITC. Okay, if depreciation not availed, then only you can take what? ITC. Otherwise, you are not eligible for take ITC. Clear? Right. This is the another point. We are just going to see point by point wise, point wise. Okay. Next, okay, this is not section 16 we are discussing. Okay, this is not we are discussing what section 16. Okay. Next one, if you have seen under section 16, okay, under section 16, okay, so payment shall be made to the supplier. I'm using the word to the supplier because the recipient what is just availing ITC. The recipient is availing what? ITC. In such cases, if the recipient is availing ITC, he has to make a payment to the supplier. Okay, has to make a payment to the supplier within 180 days. Within 180 days. Assume that if he is not paid within 180 days, okay, is not paid within 180 days now, then you have to reverse the ITC. Okay, reverse the ITC. Okay, in addition to that, he is not only reversing the ITC, okay, he also liable to pay interest. He has to liable to pay what? Interest. Interest from which date? Date of invoice to the date of reversal. Okay, date of invoice to the date of reversal. To such date is liable to pay interest. Is liable to pay what? Interest under excess input tax credit. Excess input tax credit availed. Okay, under that scenario you have to see. Suppose if this amount which has been paid, okay, assume that it has been paid in 200 days, 203. Okay, in such cases, okay, in such cases, once again, okay, when he paid back that amount, okay, whatever amount which has been reversed as ITC, he can avail ITC in such a month. Okay, once he made the payment, then he can avail what? ITC. Okay, this and all how you are going to verify now by aging and other scenarios and all you used to verify. This is also done practically. It is not. You cannot say it is not practical. You can say practical. Okay, okay. 1 second. Right. So next, right. So this is all about what? Payment of tax. Okay. We have to see 2 more points. Suppose in case of, okay, person mentioned in schedule 1, I show. Person mentioned in schedule 1. Okay. Person mentioned in schedule 1. In such cases, okay, like related persons, okay, distinct person, where consideration is not required. Consideration is may or may not required. May or may not. Okay, but it is not mandatory. Consideration is not mandatory. Even without consideration, it is called as what? Supply. That time we have been seeing that topic. Okay, here in such cases, the above provision is not applicable. The above 180 days provision is not applicable. That means what? Is very much you can take what? Input tax credit. Okay, this 180 provision is not applicable. So is very much can take what? Input tax credit. Okay, right? This is another scenarios. Okay. Next, if you're discussing about this topic, okay, when you're discussing about this topic, we're also discussing about, okay, receipt of goods. Okay, I forgot to say one more point. Okay, we are already discussing under place of supply. Okay, A ordering B, C. Okay, A to B is a billing and B to C is a billing again. Okay, but A is delivering goods to C. A is delivering goods to C. Okay, with the direction of B. With the direction of B. B directed. Okay, with the direction of B. Okay, A to B. Okay, billing வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா A to B. Okay, B to C. But goods வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it has been sent from A to C. Okay, in such cases, okay, in such cases, it is also assumed. Okay, it is also not assumed, it also deemed to be received the goods by B. Hence, B is eligible to take ITC. B is eligible to take what? ITC. This is another scenarios. Okay, so this also you have to keep it in your mind when you are reading that condition. When you're reading this condition. Okay, clear. So this is another scenarios. Okay, which is regards to this particular scenarios. Okay, right? Clear. Next. Okay, last one. Okay, now newly inserted one provision. Now newly what? Inserted one provision. Okay, so in the rule 36.4, rule 36.4, you have to read some rules also. Okay, but we are not going to end up in the rules and all. Rule 36.4, they inserted new rule. Okay, they inserted new rule. So here, this is one second with effect from 11/11/2019. So உங்களுக்கு exam mandatory. For your exam, it is mandatory. Okay. So 11/11/2019. Okay. What happened is, okay. Before going to this, okay, I have to conclude one more scenarios. Okay, I have to conclude one more scenarios. Okay. For condition, in condition, okay, I have to see one more scenario. The supplier, okay, the supplier has pay the tax to the government. Okay, this is main provision, important provision. Okay, the supplier has to pay tax to the government. Okay, so he has to pay the tax to the government. Okay, if you not pay the tax to the government, okay, then the recipient is not eligible to take what? ITC. That means what? The supplier has to pay the tax and he also need to file the return. Okay, he has to file the return. Okay, he has to file the return. Okay, so he has to file what? GSTR 1. Okay, he has to file the return GSTR 1 within such due date. Okay, within such date. Okay, then only such person is eligible to take what? ITC. Okay, such person is eligible to take what? ITC. Why? In the sense, okay, for this only this rule 36.4 has been inserted. Okay, before 11/11/2019. Okay, what are the invoice you received? Okay, and also goods also received, and you're not taken for depreciation, and you made your payment made within 180 days, that will come later only. So payment made within 180 days, that will come later. Okay, and it has been paid to the government by the supplier. Okay, and okay, so here, okay, this scenarios, okay, and also you need to file, but it is not cross checking with GSTR 2. Okay, GSTR 2A now. Okay, it is not crossing with GSTR 2A. 2A na, what are the input tax, that is whatever tax which has been paid by the supplier, it is auto populated in the recipient GSTN portal under GSTR 2A. For example, if I file GSTR 1, okay, who is just filing? Supplier. It is automatically auto populated. I'm using the word AP, auto populated in whose portal? In GST portal of recipient. Okay, where you can check GSTR 2, GSTR 2A. Okay, where you can check what? GSTR 2A. So he will file GSTR 1. Okay, you can check what? GSTR 2A. Okay, whether every supplier has been filed or not. Okay, based on this 2A only, you can take what? ITC. Now they bring a rule under section 36.4. Okay, this impact is applicable. Okay, so here it is applicable with up to, it is when it has been 11/11, it has been introduced 2019. Okay, due to COVID. Okay, due to COVID-19. Okay, this corona, because of this corona. Okay, so it has been postponed from 1 to 2020. Okay, to till August. Okay, till August. So exam point of view, they can ask up to this. Okay, that means what? They're talking about GSTR 2A. They're talking about what? GSTR 2A. What are the amount is there? You're eligible to take ITC plus 20%. Okay, plus what? 20%, but restricted to the ITC. Okay, there is ITC availed. For example, I collected all my invoices, I collected all my scenarios. The value is rupees 1 lakh. Okay, value 1 lakh. But when I cross checking my GST portal, it was 70,000. Okay, it was 70,000 in GST or 2A. How much? 70,000. But my ITC, how much? 1 lakh. Okay. That is, I'm received all my invoices, I received all my goods, I received all my services, etc., etc. Okay, this is my ITC subject to my documents, etc., etc. Okay, based on my electronic credit ledger. Based on my electronic credit ledger, I'm just going to upload. Okay, I have to do self assess. I'm going to upload what? This is 1 lakh. Now what happens is, but in your GST 2A, it is recorded how much? 70,000. So you can take plus 20%. You can take what? Plus 24%. 20%. That means what? 84,000. Okay, you are eligible to take input tax credit only for 84,000. You cannot take 1 lakh. You cannot take what? 1 lakh. This is scenario number one. This is scenario number one. Subsequent month. Okay, scenario one I just discussing. Subsequent month. Okay, the person has been updated in GSTR 1 and also it is updated in your 2A. Assume that 20,000 it has been updated. It has updated how much? 20,000. So here plus 20 percentage. Plus 20 percentage how much? So here 20,000 into 20 percentage of 24,000. 20,000 plus 24,000 how much? So 20 percentage how much? 24,000. Okay. So here already you are taken how much? 84,000. So this plus this how much? 84 plus 24 1 lakh 8,000. Okay, 1 lakh 8,000. Okay, this plus this how much? 1 lakh 8,000. But you cannot take 1 lakh 8,000 because you only have the bill for ITC how much? 1 lakh rupees. So it is not 1 lakh. You should be restricted to 1 lakh. You have to restrict it to 1 lakh. That means what? You have to reduce how much? You have to reduce how much? 8,000. So remaining 16,000 you are eligible for ITC. 16,000 is eligible for ITC. That means for 84 plus 16 how much? 1 lakh rupees. 84 plus 16 how much? 1 lakh rupees. Clear? So I repeat once again. Earlier 70. Okay, you can eligible to take what? Plus 20%. That means for 84,000. Okay, 84,000 or 1 lakh, whichever is lower, that only you can take. Okay. Subsequent month you are receiving additional invoice which has been updated in your 2A, amounted to rupees 20,000. Okay, that means what? Plus 20% in the sense it is what? 24,000. Okay, but you're not. You cannot take 24,000. You can restrict it to 16,000. Even though it is 20,000, it is restricted to 16,000. Why? Because it is 84,000 and it is crossing more than 1 lakh 8,000. So you can restrict it to 16,000. Okay, assume that instead of okay this example. Okay, I'm not receiving 20,000 invoice. Okay, I'm just taking some second example in the same scenario one. Okay, so instead of 84,000, first one 84,000. Okay, that is I received for there is how much? 70,000 plus 20 percentage. Okay, 84,000. Subsequent month I received 10,000 extra. How much? Plus 20 percentage around 12,000. So 84 plus 12 96. Still it is not crossed 1 lakh. Okay, still it is not crossed what? 1 lakh. So you are eligible to take how much? 12,000. You are eligible to take ITC how much? 12,000 in the subsequent month. Okay, so this is the second scenarios. Okay, next third month 70 plus 10 80. Okay, now you receive again 10 20,000 extra. Okay, that all invoices you received, all things which has been updated into ENA. Okay, either plus 20% in all 24,000, but you are not eligible to take 24,000. Okay, already you take how much? 84 plus 9 12 96,000 you already taken. Remaining 4,000 only you are eligible for ITC. That means what? It is restricted to this 1 lakh. It is restricted to how much? This 1 lakh. Only this amount you are eligible to take. Okay, right. So this is scenario number one. Scenario number two. Okay, you have ITC of 1 lakh. Okay, but you received a bill of rupees 90,000. You received bill of rupees how much? 90,000. So here 90,000 plus 20 percentage how much? 1 lakh 8,000. So hence, okay, it should be restricted to 1 lakh. So you can eligible to take full ITC of rupees 1 lakh. You can take ITC of full ITC of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so this is another scenarios. Okay, so this is second. So next, okay, it has been amended with effect from 1/1/2020. Okay, this is not in your portion, but you can know that. Okay, earlier on there is 2A plus 20 percentage. Now it is not 2A plus 20 percentage. It is 2A plus 10 percentage. It is 2A plus 10 percentage. Okay, it is a recent amendment. Okay, so you need not to go through this, and because of this corona, this provision itself not applicable. This rule itself not applicable till August. Okay, they waived this rule till August 2020. Till August what? 2020. Okay, because of this COVID-19. Okay, so this is all about section 16. This is all about what? Section 16. Clear? So now, okay, clear? This is all about what? Section 16. Okay. Next on the section 17 பார்க்க போறோம். Okay, section 17, 18, 19. 18, 19 லாம் கொஞ்சம் easy தான். Okay. So yeah, 19, 20 வந்து easy தான். Section 17 and 18 we have to see. Clear?